we're working on reviewing some 7th grade standards. This particular problem says that Jaime drew a life-size model of an imposter using a scale in which 2 inches equals 1.5 feet. If this life-size model is 6 feet, what is the height of the actual imposter? So the information we need here is to know that this is a scale and that our 2 inches is equal to 1.5 feet. So we're going to write that down. We have 2 inches is equal to 1.5 feet. It goes on to say that if the life-size model is 6 feet tall, so we know that we have 6 feet. That means when we line it up, we're trying to find another equivalent setup, and we're going to put our 6 under the feet because it is 6 feet, and it wants to know what the actual height is, which leaves us with inches. So to solve this, we're going to set up this as a proportion. When we do proportions, we cross multiply. To cross multiply, we're going to go diagonal. So 6 times 2 equals 12, and then we divide it by that leftover number. So we're going to do 12 divided by 1.5. We have to move our decimal over. This is an implied decimal, so that gives us 0. Now we see that we have to do 15 into 1 doesn't work. 15 into 12 doesn't work. So we have to go to the whole 120. I'm going to think of numbers that can multiply 5 to result in a 0. So I'm going to go with 4. When I multiply that out, that gives me 60. Ooh, I'm awfully close. I need double that because I see 6 is half of 12. So I'm going to do 15 times 8. And that gives me the correct answer. So it is, not 4, it's 8 for the final answer. And the missing piece is inches. So 8 inches is the total height of that imposter. Now we're going to do the Fortnite map. Shows a distance of 150 miles from Slushy Factory to Tilted Towers. Juan made a scale drawing of it, where 1 centimeter equals 10 miles. What is the distance from Slushy Factory to Tilted Towers on the scale map that Juan made? So once again, as I'm reading this, I see that the map is showing 150 miles. And that Juan drew a scale drawing where 1 centimeter equals 10 miles. So it says 1 centimeter equals 10 miles. It wants to know what the distance would be on that scale map that Juan made. So it tells me 150 miles. That has to go under this 10 for the miles, which means I'm looking for the centimeters piece. Once again, we set this up as a proportion because they're equivalent pieces. So I'm going to cross multiply. That gives me 150. But then I have to divide it by 10. When we divide by 10, our zeros can cancel out. So now I have 15 divided by 1, which is 15. When I come back to the label, it's centimeters. We're going to look at these two figures, and it says what is the measurement of line AB. They have a label here for it, but this is the line we're looking for. These are similar figures, meaning they're proportional. That means these lines are proportional, and these two lines are proportional. So I'm going to put 1 centimeter here and 3 centimeters here because they match up. And then I'm going to put my letter B here, I don't know it, and my 7.5 centimeters here. Now with this particular proportion, we can cross multiply and then divide. Or if we know a multiplicative, something I can multiply by to move here, I then can figure it out this way. So I'm going to go 7.5 times 1, which gives me 7.5. And go ahead and divide it by my 3. So 7 is divided by 3 2 times. And 3 goes into 15 5 times. And I'm going to bring that decimal up. So it is 2.5 centimeters. Now we have a turtle. It can travel 3.5 miles in 1 day. At this rate, how far can a turtle travel in half a day? So once again, we know that the 3.5 miles is going to go with that 1 day. So 3.5. I'm going to put miles here. And that is 1 and then day. I'm looking for a half day. So I'm going to put 1/2 here And I don't know this one. Here's our proportion. Now, if we know what we can multiply and divide by, that would be great. Otherwise, we're going to have to cross multiply. Now we have fractions. I'm going to change my fraction into a decimal. I know 3.5, like $3.50 would be 3.5, and 1/2, which is half a dollar, would be 0.5. So I'm going to use those numbers instead. So we're going to do 3.5 times 0.5. So we have 5, carry the 2, 15, 16, 17. And I see I have two decimal places. So I'm going to go 1, 2. Now we divide by 1, which does not change anything. So it is 1.75. And my missing piece is miles.